DynamoDB is another external storage we use to implement communication in serverless environments. DynamoDB is a NoSQL key-value data store in Amazon AWS. The advantage of DynamoDB over Elasticsearch is that DynamoDB does not incur startup time, but Elasticsearch does. But the downside of DynamoDB is that the maximum item size of DynamoDB is only 400 kilobytes. Therefore, we cannot train large models with DynamoDB. So in this video, I will introduce how to train machine learning models using DynamoDB. First, we need to create two DynamoDB tables. And one is for storing temporary objects, and one is used to store merged objects. And make sure that the name of primary partition key is key. And after creating these two tables, we can update the configurations in the trigger function and the execution function. In the trigger function, we provide some example script for training machine learning models using DynamoDB. Here is we use an example for training linear models. So here we set up the name of the execution function, and after we change we will set up the data location. We set the name of two DynamoDB tables and the name of primary key. So the other settings are the same as the script for Elasticsearch and S3. And we cleared these two DynamoDB tables before the real training. And remember, every time we change the entry of the trigger function and the execution function, we need to update the handler of the lambda function. And here's the execution function. We provide an example script for training linear models using DynamoDB. And we need, in general, we don't need to change the code. And and just make sure that the handler is the correct. After setting up the trigger function and the execution function, we can just deploy these two functions and trigger, execute the trigger function, and see the logs in CloudWatch.